Inside the box as well. Stretch is playing aggressive, and this is how you know a team who's got the caliber to be up there on the leaderboard but has found themselves down there after day one. They need to play aggressive. They just can't go for a few decent games, Monster. They need big games, and big games come on the back of big eliminations. 2 points per elim here in this finals format, and that's what they're going to be trying to gun for here. They've already got what looks like, I think, 2 down. I think it's 1 player left here from this team, and it is Breads up on top, trying to get away from 3 of the best players in NA East.
Yeah, but you and I both know how much risk is involved when you get too, invested in some of these fights. I look at them as emotional battles when they go the distance, right? And then you start to try and do it round after round. Anything can happen. Even yesterday on OCE, we saw plenty of teams that had to come all the way back and pull in a big set of games. And that ended up being the thing that backfired the most, right? Trying too hard instead of letting it flow naturally. I'm still a big proponent of you play for endgame, it's going to work best for you.
Yeah, definitely, especially in games that are this stacked as well. As you see, Sap takes some big damage. They're 711 above. They've got 4 points on the board. Yes, it's a 3v1, so, you know, you're tempted to try and go up there and really force that fight, but Nations right now, they're looking very, very comfortable, and this is what we talked about. Miro is just dropping eliminations that we're not even seeing on screen right now on the back of Tough. He's now got 3 right now. We have 9 teams, 22 players. You talked about it then, Monster. We've seen so many legendary 3v3 endgames this weekend. Are we going to see yet again another? The Kings of the Height versus the Kings of the Low. I don't know where Sense Edge and Commandment are in this one. I think they're just kind of pulling around. They are still here. Acorn takes down Dom, though. We might see more than a 3v3. There is a very good chance we're setting up for a 3v3v3 against teams who need this so much.
And that's what you want. You want all the points. This is the team that likes to do it just like that. Here it is. All of a sudden, they go from low and a little bit lower, and they jump on into the box. And here it is. Miro's going to follow up. He wants a crunchy. Wipes him out of the competition. His trio's still here, though. We are still looking at top 5 as Miro finally gets exchanged out. And it is Commandment and Edgy. They step in, and they bring that firepower. They're trying to show us something. I think they're trying to say something about that low ground layer. They push off one of the best there.
They said, hey, you guys went up on the mid ground. We hear the commentators talking about it. They're saying you're coming after our title. Now we're still down here. We're playing the low ground. We have feet on the ground.
Gosh.
As Scented Edgy, Jack, Acorn, Slacks go down. Dave takes down Jack in the feed. Scented converts onto Acorn. We have 3 teams, 8 players alive right now. So it looks like we've got a 3v3v2, Reverse 2K and Dave. What a phenomenal performance here. Even if they go down now, they've already done so much here. But Stretch, Zayt and Staff are setting up for this. Stretch is on the high ground. He's popping the med kit. He's going for the heal off. We haven't seen too many heal off wins here, but does he have it?
Dime algo que no sepa, tonto.
It's right on cue. I don't know if he got this off in time. He does. Commandment is down there. Well, looks like we might see Scented Edgy Commandment with the 2nd place. Stretch, Zayt, and Saf come out with the victory royale. Monster. We've talked about kind of titles. We've talked about legacies. This team has so many Game 1 victories. Do they pick up Scented? This is crazy.
Oh, no, yes, they do. They find Mars just in time, and Edgy does manage to save his teammate, and now Commandment is down, though. He's going down the river. I think he's just sliding his way down.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get him off. Scented going for it right now. Wow. What is happening? This is our 1st place team. All these players are going to be running shambles as Commandment is down to 12 kills on the front side, and this zone is being relentless. It is going higher and higher. It is stretching our teams further and further. Who is going to come out on top as Commandment takes over the top? And look at this. This man can tarp like this. He makes decisions like this on elevation changes, and we've seen how lethal his shotgun aim can be. This is why they're in 1st, but this is going to be one of their most challenging games. As just look at this zone. It is thinning out. I see Damir and Reverse still in it. Commandment sends it. Edgy still in it. I see DGen, Acorn, Jack, Slacks, Bugha, Clix, Vizzle. This is so stacked, Monster.
Everyone here is fighting for more prize, top 3s, and of course that Axe of Champions. Every single battle now holds so much significance to the weight in this tournament here, and they have to continue to pop off. And Scented trying to figure something out. He's changing layers. He's literally stuck down here, though. And remember, Commandment had the most of the build, so they need to pick this up. He gets edited down. He has to figure it out, and he does. He manages to stay alive, but at what cost?
¿A qué costo?
now he has lost so much HP. He can barely actually work their way through this, and it's all enemy builds too. It's so close, but he's still holding on.
Zone goes across a little bit right now. They have 8 eliminations. No, they get in, but can Commandment clutch up at least a top 3? A top 3 here would be massive. I saw you tweeted out, Monster. You said, Commandment, you are insane. And he is making this so easy for us because he is such a phenomenally exciting player. I don't know if he can go for the victory here. He is a solo with so many trios on top. But Kengi, top 3. He needs to out-survive. One more team. He comes around the corner. Teo, he takes down Teo, but he falls in 4th place. So close to that big 6-point jump. We have 3 teams, 8 players. Slacks, Jack, Acorn right now. Our 2nd place team going head-to-head with Clix, Bugha, Bizzle on the high ground. Our 5th place team and Chimp and Tabne, our underrated demons in this one, Monster. Anyone can take it. It means everything for all of the teams here.
Yeah, definitely, and we're just looking at the victory lap upon victory lap here for Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle. Are we gonna watch a back-to-back victory royale here, now set in place once again on the FNCS stage here? And this is a first for Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle, going back-to-back on the biggest stages and showing that they are here to come back and continue the stride. Because what they have done today will be cemented in the highlights for a long time. Like I said, these are some of the most explosive games we have watched, some of the best performances from the low ground, and again, there's just so much to learn from that. These other teams, honestly, you just look at the skill that they're bringing to the table. I mean, they can teach a thing or two to so many other trios out here as Bugha's connecting shot after shot. Okay, keeping that surge nice and comfortable there for themselves. Yeah, absolutely. Those teams right there. And again, if they're up at those standings, that means every fight up there was worth in its own hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And now we're watching Clix and Bugha being a man down. You can see how it really chips into the surge, but they're making up for lost time here. They're making up for the man down by taking these fights, and this is actually going to cause a lobby focus in. And Clix finds a refresher here. If he can get the finish, he tries to grab the quick snipe shot. He doesn't, but he's going to take the body and throw him back. And no, now they're getting collapsed on by another trio. They're going to have to back off here, possibly give up the loot that they fought for, but it'll be worth it if they live to see another day.
As Scented Edgy Commandment still up as a full trio right now, we get the beautiful panning shot of how this trio is doing it. They play so close together, but they're 354 below.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Happened. Senton tried to pull out the dragon shock and he wanted the big shot onto that team. They're below. That's Mars's team right now. This is it. First place is gone down. Scented Edgy Commandment go down here. 20 teams alive. They are out before placement points, and it is Day, Mirror, Reverse, Slacks, Jack, Acorn, Clix, and Bugha's chance to jump up and overtake them. Everything on the line.
Who can overtake them? Who can win? They're chipping away. They're closing the gap. Remember, it was only 20 points, and now with the placement points really starting to be diced out here, this is the comeback story from the trios that we want to see. Clix still alive here. Top 10. What are you going to do to go ahead and put up some numbers? He's only got a blue tactical shotgun. This is going to be tough for him.
But what can he do? Every single team that goes down is one more point he so sorely needs for his team in 4th. I can only imagine the amount of eyes that Clix has on him right now as he tries to close this one out. DJ goes down the feed. Bucky's on the low ground. Kanada's on the low ground. We're going to harpoon the mats off Macwood. I don't know if we have any full health trios still in this right now as Clix is still going. He has just gotten 2 extra placement points since we last watched him, but surely he can only hide for so long. He's going to have to find a team soon. The zone goes out. He's got no build, and his movement right now is perfect, Monster. He is just hiding from everyone.
Jack is going to fall there too to Frist, and Frist is up top now. He's going to make the edit onto Clix. What is Clix going to do? He's on a run right now. He's been spotted out. Great shot, though. Fires back, walks to the zone. He needs the siphon. One more tick, and it's not going to be enough. Down goes Riverstone. Down goes Clix. But now we come to the low ground here of Bucky and Kanada still in the fight here. Remember, they were in the top 5 as well. They can overcome, overtake, make the last game interesting, and they're still doing it. They're going to find one. Can they find 2? It's looking like it. And Bucky is on fire before he gets taken out. The follow-up from Kanada was good, though. And now 3 teams remain here.
Acorn goes down. Is Slacks and Jack still in this right now? No, they are not. We have Dom and Dusky on the high ground. We have Kanada on the low ground. This team right now, Bucky, Kanada, Macwood, are in 5th place. They're squaring off with 20th place right now, so we know who this means more for. Dom has the heal off. Unless he's messed up this med kit, you have to imagine that he is going to win this game. It doesn't even come down to the splashes.
That's preparation. That's strategy. As we hop over to another fight. This fight's been going on for 2 days now. For 8 rounds of Fortnite. And who's going to walk away with this one this time around? Chat finally looks like he's actually in the lead here. Their trio's been losing this for the most part.
No, it's such an awkward fight there.
Oh, no.
We saw EU. We saw everything end here on the stack for EU.
No.
But everything's going to start here for Chat Team. He has one kill here. Teams have been going up against each other during practice games, during qualifiers.
I'm assuming they're going to want to throw themselves in the mix here and look for a box fight. Not for the surge, but just to force in other teams to bring the focus so they can find themselves an impact elimination. Here it is. Saf goes for the wall. He grabs it. The Dragon's Breath comes out, and someone eats it right there. And that's the quick finish. Out comes the RPG, and they're lighting things on fire physically and literally right here inside the box.
And they've gotten their loot, they've gotten their surge, they've lost Sack in the process. Unfortunately, it was Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite. They managed to push on in, but Commandment, Sense, and Edgy are here. They want to try and get something out of this. They want to get some of the loot, they want to get some of the damage, and potentially some elimination points as well, as Commandment just charged straight into that one.
But the fact that Reverse UK and Miro, hey, they're still alive, they're still healthy, they're operating in the mix somewhere, they're not being targeted or put out, and for that reason, they're going to be able to break away here. So we do have to be careful with how good, how consistent Miro is been as Miro does fall. So, as I mentioned that, now that means the entire top 5 standings is starting to break open.
It's such an alpha move, right? It's such a Zayt move to try to hold high ground as a duo when you already didn't have the loot to do it as a trio. Zayt doesn't even have shield, monster.
Yeah, no, they don't have anything, and I'm assuming the knock came from a sniper shot too, just over peeking, looking for anything. They have just enough. Oh, wait, they almost get disconnected there. Okay, so some people have their eyes on height. They have to be extremely careful here. It's all about sitting aboard the information station here. They need to be hyper aware of all the other trios and what they're trying to do here. And look at that, Stretch actually gonna hit the boogie down. He's gonna try and cut across. Okay, they're gonna reposition up, and that means they're situated here. But those white tags, oh, yup. Of course, players are going to be looking up.
I think they just invested everything they had into it. Honestly, it might look like an interesting play, but it's one they had to make as it's Creo, Avery, and Illis who are going to try and take this high ground. But Creo was taken incredibly low. Illis going for the high ground. We haven't seen this team really up here. We've been kind of telling the story more of them of the mid-ground layers, the centered edgy Commandment on the mid-ground, trying to make their way to that ultimate low front side that we know they love so much. If they can get a zone that goes back across, they need to get back to the front side and get onto that low ground. But Centered says, no, I got the big Dragon shotgun. It works just as well on the mid-ground as the low ground, as this team trying to make their way around. Edgy is very, very weak right now, and Creo, Avery, and Illis, they've been around that point of contention. They're in 6th place right now, Monster. A victory out would really put them in the conversation.
And they are not even baiting. I thought for a second they were trying to bait some heals here, but no, he's just looking for an elim, trying to find something to open up here.
Center just took down Dave, so that is 3rd place taking down first, which is massive. But Reverse is still in this, gets an elimination on the Tabney, so they're still in it with some kind of a shot, but I think they have to have been heavily weakened here, as so were a lot of our top 5 teams. We saw Centered, Edgy, Commandment not looking too fantastic on their rotate unless they got the meds off. We have no Macwood now, as Bucky and Kanata trying to make their way through the low. The one team that I know is very healthy and very much in control is Illis, Avery, and Creo. We also have Acorn and Slacks in there. I don't see Jack though, so I'm seeing a lot of big team duos here who are going to try and hold on to any points they can get, but who's going to be able to alpha it up as the full trio, as we know that extra 5 points for the victory out is so huge as Bucky takes down Centered.
Yeah, but it's really going to come down to who can get those elims, man. That high ground team right here, Creo, Avery, and Illis just do not have enough. They only have 2 eliminations. All the points are being taken away down here in these low ground places. Acorn's still up, though, stealing away placement points. So is Commandment. Now with every team that falls, placement points are going to be given out. So staying alive here is crucial for chipping away at the standings.
Commandment in 3rd place, came into this one 1 point behind 2nd, gets the minis, gets the bigs, gets inside the old hub. If Commandment can do anything out of this, he's trying to get away. All these walls are edited. They're all pre-edited. He can't claim that there's someone fighting down below, but Commandment's clutching on. He's holding on to these points. If Commandment can even get 1, 2 eliminations, a few more placements, this is huge right now. We are following a solo that is currently in 3rd place, trying to clutch onto this, with 1st and 2nd place being wounded or down entirely. So these points are massive as Commandment comes around the corner. No! Hits for the 78, he doesn't get it, but he held on to a few of those placements. Who is still up, Monster? We have Clix still in this. We have Creo and Illis still in this. Avery on the backside goes down to a Zervo, though, and Creo is setting up for the medkit heal off.
A lot of new names now all of a sudden in these final instances here. Rise makes it all the way through with the feed. I see Trashy in the feed there too. Bizzle up by himself is going to find one out to the feed. He's trying to put some numbers up. That's a solo. He's white tag. One will be enough for the second, and no, he doesn't get it in time. And now the final instances, the final clashes. It's a good old-fashioned 2v2 here.
It's a 2v2 and Illis, the firepower drops down, and the firepower he has. We've seen Illis be a little bit craggy loadout, so I don't know if they took their time to loot the whole area or if they're changing up the script here, changing up the game plan, and going for a lot more aggressive early pushes.
Yeah, I think it's just all about timing, right? Having the rare loadout is probably good enough. I mean, definitely good enough when you've got the shotgun and you're going to play the chest-to-chest fight. Here it is. Macro grabs the wall. That's huge. Two big tags here to really crack things open for him, and he's going to have to pause and get the heal on, but Bucky and Kanata are not going to give it up. They're stepping in, is trying to finish up what he started, and now, again, they single out this opponent. They're doing a good job hunting them down right now, singling them out, and look at that. They got the wall. They have the placement. This is the pressure here. They just have to close out now.
Kanata's taken down Goku there. They're going to get the finish on the low ground, and this is big for this team. It's big points, it's big Storm Surge, and it's big loot as Macwood has the precise... See if that holds as Stretch, Sap, and Zayt take the high ground with the Alpha Tarp. That is a Zayt Tarp and a half. They have the eyes in the sky. They've claimed this whole high ground, but as we've seen a lot in the qualifiers and the heats, have they invested too much too early? Can they hold it now as they currently have 6 eliminations on the board out of a contested Hydro Dam? This is an incredibly impressive performance here on day 2 from Zayt's team. Even if they don't bring it back, they are fighting for pride, and honestly, props to them. They are playing phenomenal right now.
Yeah, definitely. And look at this. They go triple metal, keeping it wide and strong here. And now splitting up the material. They must have caught a great refresher.
Are they somehow going to go 2 wins in the first 3 games here on day 2 after having a struggling day 1? There might be a bit of a mess up on the build there. 1,000 above Storm Surge, so they have got the damage here. Are they getting chopped out?
That's why.
Oh, the whole
That's
thing.
why.
As Edgy takes down Jack in the feed monster, we have potentially the most important game on our hands of this weekend, as first is down and second capitalizes onto third.
Up there, man, talk about a position of wealth to be in there. They were so good, and it all slipped away, all off the backs of an unstable foundation, and that's why they get chopped out there, but it's okay. The fact that Sap was even able to get picked up keeps them in the running here. They can still fight for their top 10 spot as Clix, Bugha, Bizzle take advantage of the chaos, and now they have the high ground, and they're operating as a 2-man team as well. 700 damage above the surge. They're looking comfortable. They got the heals to ride this one out as well, and they're looking to jump up into top 5 now too.
And as a duo, this is going to be interesting. Can anyone kind of make a play for this high ground as a trio and try to take them off? But last time we saw them in this situation, someone came for high ground. Clix over-invested in the builds. He's only got 25, so things are looking familiar, but Bugha takes down Riversan, and they might be able... So everyone is in this, but where is Sense of Edgy Commandment? There they are on the front side. That is your second place team. Right now, the leaders of this lobby as Reverse 2K, Day, and Miro are out, and Clix drops down and finds the refresh that they need for the material. They have a chance to jump back up. This is your 7th place team who's looking to try and get their second victory out here of the weekend. They've done it once. Can they do it twice? Stretch collides. Sap is there, so they're still holding on. These are literally the biggest names in NA East, and they've all come out to play in this game.
Sap, man, talk about a clutch right there from Stretch coming out and puts it up onto Aspect and Npen. Wins that exchange in the box there. Their second height, they're still up top, which means they're trying to just ride their way out and find this top 3. Stretch does end up getting taken out there to Slacks. And now, here's that low ground fight we're looking for. This is where these guys play best, though. We've seen Commandment clutch it up over and over, and he's got the success card in his pocket here. It's that shotgun, and he lets Bucky know he's here to use it. It's a huge one, and Commandment has been putting up highlights after highlights all day long.
This is it. How many points can they rack up? They need this victory out right now. This is their chance to cement themselves in first place. Commandment goes out. He has the bounce pad. He doesn't need to use them. This big epic charge. He's put out so much much damage this weekend. Honestly, Commandment, you are one of the best in the game to do it. Sentin drops back for the heal off. Bugha goes for the heal off. It is Sentinel's Bugha versus FaZe Sentin. Who has more meds? I have to think it might be Bugha at this point. He gets the refresh, but he's looking for it. He's starting to feel a bit nervous. He's not as comfortable, and no, Sentin doesn't have the meds. It goes to a heal off, but what a performance from our second place team, getting the 10 elimination.
They look for the tag. He's gonna find it. It's Nut gets knocked right there, and now, yes, they do manage to finish that off. So this is perfect for the Surge. It's perfect for the points they need to catch up because they were 30 points behind.
In case you just tuned in, you don't know what's at stake. This is the last game, the 12th game of the NA East Trio Finals, and you have Slacks, Jack, and Acorn in first, Commandment, Sense, and Edgy second, Damir Reverse in third, and Bouncer in the front side, staying in line now. They want to be beneath everyone else's builds. They don't want to be the team on the top, and they don't want to rely on another team. They're building the tarps. They look phenomenal. Can Sense and Edgy Commandment get down in such a good position as well, or are they going to fall early?
I like that they're keeping a low profile, staying away from the other opponents. It looks like they got a refresher as well. This is massive, and those are big pickups there. That's more loot for them to work with.
We have a Nightmare Zone, Zayt, Sap, and Stretch, the kings of the high ground.
Sentin is
are
low.
on Hyde, Clix, Boozer, and Sentin's so low right now. Commandment and Edgy, they're on the back foot. They're 70 below. This is their last-ditch effort. Bottom right, keep your eyes on that. Everything is on them. Only 37 above. They need to hold on. They are clutching it very little right now. Most of them try and hold in this one. Sentin goes down. It's just up to Edgy and Commandment. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are still up, and they came into this game with a 5-point lead. Edgy, Commandment, what can you do to hold on to this?
And day finds night. Miro's gonna find the last tag onto Sentin there too. So that's a team that's finding tags. Remember, it is a three-way race right here for first place. Look at it. There's Day's eliminations. Day gets knocked by Zayt on high ground. This is back and forth right now for all the teams that matter. And it's so much pressure on Edgy's back. Edgy brings someone down into the box. Will he be able to find it? It's back and forth, and I think he does. It's onto Aviv. They're going into a box-to-box fight. Right across from them, Jack, Acorn, and Slacks. They can see what's going on, but they're not looking across. They're looking down, and the punishment comes back. This is so close here.
Edgy's still picking up eliminations. We have our low ground king with
God.
no low ground to
No.
play. This is essentially a sky base. Edgy goes down. It's all down to Commandment, but he's still getting eliminations in the feed. He has one,
can do it.
but he is now a solo in second place, versing a trio. He's stepping up. He's doing everything he can to hold on to this. Commandment has shown such skill here today. We've seen some of the best players I have ever seen in Fortnite, but Commandment needs that. Nothing short of pure brilliance will keep this team up here to take first place. You have Commandment as a solo going up against Jack, Acorn, and Slacks as an entire trio. He has no builds, trying to jump his way through this. He's dropping down. He's going to his home on the low ground, but in a zone like this, you don't want to be here. He's got nowhere to go. He jumps. That's it. Second place is down. Slacks, Jack, and Acorn in first place. They are still up. This is potentially their victory lap, Monster.
Yes, definitely now. And Acorn is trying to jump down. He gets taken out. It's up to Slacks here and Jack to pop off. Pull in as much as they can to solidify this home run. And let's see if they will be able to take it home on the low ground, though. Kanata, Macwood, and Bucky here still picking up points. The race for top 3 is on for them, and they've made it all the way to top 3 here today. So many eliminations. Who are we going to see make it back? Miro is still in this. That's the second place. Miro has so many eliminations. Wait a second. First place is not guaranteed for anyone. Not just yet.
It is not.
What the FNCS champions do it. It's so close.
They took it down. Miro dropped down there. Miro actually managed to take out Slacks, Jack, and Acorn. Third took out first there for points. Kanata, Macwood, Bucky are down there. We have Zayt's team on the high ground. Kanata goes up right now. He goes off the bouncer.
Gosh.
He has that legendary tack shotgun. Kanata takes down Saf right now. These are two of the biggest teams in the business. Kanata's team needs this. They're in fourth place. They're fighting for third. Bucky is trying to secure that invite straight into next FNCS finals. Zayt, the king of the high ground. Can he do it? It's going to come down to literally one tick. 10 health. Zayt falls. Bucky just manages to win it with 10 health right now.